Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be talking about the Big Read program and what it's going to mean for Troy University campuses across the state. And my guest today is Dean of Libraries, Chris Shaffer. Chris, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
And the Big Read, when you talk about reading, one might associate libraries. So obviously, Troy University libraries are participating in this Big Read program. Tell us a little about what the Big Read is all about.
The Big Read is just cool. It's a great opportunity for everybody to read a book together. It's a community-wide reading initiative. Forget about your devices, forget about your screens, and just share in this experience of everyone reading one book and talking about it.
And of course, this is part of a national program that kind of helps facilitate this. So tell us about Big Read and why it's so important, I guess, to get people involved with reading and why this program is so important.
Well, I think it's important for a variety of reasons. One is you have a lot of people who don't take the time to read anymore. Quite often, we don't take the time just to sit around and talk about a book. Book clubs used to be huge. They haven't gone away, but I don't think they're as common as they used to be because there's so many various distractions. So I think it's a really great opportunity for a community to come together and just share a moment.
And everyone be on the same page,
yes.
to use a pun there, but to talk about it, the same book and kind of look and explore. And let's talk about the book that you'll be discussing this year. It sounds like a very interesting one for everyone, especially in this area, to be interested in reading this book.
Well, it is, and it's just such a unique story because what you've got is a girl who is ultimately going to find out that her father has another family. And so one family knows about the other family does not know about it. And the family that knows starts doing things to learn more about the other one, and it kind of goes from there. And so it's a very unique book. Another thing that is unique about the book is the author is alive. And quite often when you do things like this, the book is 100 years old or something. Mm-hmm. And so we are going to have the author here. And that's going to be great, but she'll be speaking in Montgomery. This is a Montgomery-based grant, but we will have her in Troy as well, and also be doing book giveaways on all of our campuses.
And of course, we kind of glossed over the name of the book and the author. Tell us the name of the book and the author for people out there who are interested.
The book is Silver Sparrow, and it's by Tayari Jones. It's set in Georgia, and she is a professor at Rutgers University.
And we're seeing the cover of it here for folks that picked it up. So an opportunity that if they see this book around, maybe go ahead and grab a copy sometime before things start up in the spring. Now, you talk about this is mainly a Montgomery-based thing. So a lot of the activities are going to be happening on the Montgomery campus in the
yes.
Rosa Parks Library and Museum.
Right.
Kind of talk about having it, I guess, centered in the Montgomery campus and what that's going to mean for the folks out there, especially the Montgomery viewers out there, and the opportunity to get involved with the library up there.
I think it's a great opportunity for outreach. We're going to be working with local businesses, and so you're going to have a lot of activities that are outside of the campus as well. One of our best librarians, Alyssa Martin, wrote this. The Big Read is sponsored by the NEA, and we got $16,600 just to promote this book and encourage people to read. So I just think it's great.
And of course, you talked about the opportunities for discussions, and they will get a chance to hear from the author itself.
Yes.
But why is it, and we touched on this earlier, is it important for people to be able to find a common bond in a book and to be able to talk? You talked about the book club kind of aspect of it, but why is it so important for people to get to be on the same page and to know and learn about a book together?
Well, I don't think they have to necessarily be on the same page. Mm-hmm. I think it's okay. There is intrinsic value in the sharing of the human experience that you get from a book that you cannot get from any other sort of medium. And I think that's the reason that this year, for the first time in several years, you've seen an increase in print book sales and a decrease in ebook sales. But I think there is still a great deal of value in just holding this tangible artifact and sharing the experience.
And of course, and we mentioned earlier that a lot of this is going to be focused on the Montgomery campus, but there will be opportunities for the other campuses, the libraries on all of the Alabama campuses to get involved with as well. What can we expect on some of the other campuses? So,
in Phoenix City, I will be doing primarily a book giveaway.
Okay.
All told, we're going to give away 2,000 books.
Okay.
And I don't totally know what we're doing yet in Dothan because we haven't known about this this long, but I think it may involve a partnership with the public library if they're willing. And so if Mr. LeDuc is listening, surprise. and of course in Montgomery we'll have a variety of activities.
And of course, and it is early yet. We're in the summer right now, but this is going to be happening in the spring of next year. So there'll be many more announcements and activities on tap. And I know as you finalize some things, some more activities will be out there, and folks can pay attention. And maybe we'll bring you back here, Chris, a little bit closer to the startup of all the activities. We'll get kind of a better rundown of what's happening. So,
that'd be great. I'd love it.
Well, looking forward to seeing you back here maybe in the spring, and we'll talk a little more details about the big read. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.